I almost knocked that off my desk, like just doing this. I almost like karate chopped it off my desk. That would have been bad. This thing's $500. I'm not paying that again. God. Hey guys, what's up? It's Liz, and today I am going to be talking about my top 10 favorite Disney movies of all time. This is a very random video for me to make, and it's usually not something that I typically would talk about on my channel, but you know what? I'm trying to do different things on my channel instead of just talk about music, which I still love music and I'm still going to talk about it, but I want to incorporate different things, different aspects of my life into my channel. So we're going to talk about Disney today. This video would honestly not be possible without my friend Amanda, who helped me make this list. She also was the person that helped me make my top 10 state champs songs list, so without her these two videos would not exist. So thanks, Amanda. Appreciate you for sitting with me for hours trying to make this list possible. So if you know me personally, I am a huge animated Disney movie fan. Like, I would rather watch an animated film over anything else. They truly make me happy, and if I'm ever in a bad mood, these are the movies that I will go to kind of help my mood a little bit and just brighten up my day, you know? So these are just some of my favorite movies that I have loved either growing up or just recently. A few of them are just a couple of years old, while others are basically the same age as me. So this is gonna be a fun video, I hope. Yeah, let's get into it because I'm excited for this video. And this is the third time I've done this intro because someone keeps calling me, so I turned my phone off. But yeah, let's get into this video. Starting with my runner-ups. So the first movie that I'll be talking about is Ratatouille. And it's weird that this is so low on my top 10 list because I named my dog after the rat from Ratatouille. The main character's name is Remy, and I don't think that's where I got the name, but it's the only way it makes sense in my opinion as to why I named Remy. I personally think it's funny that I say, yeah, I named my dog after the rat from Ratatouille, so, and it's perfect, but hers is spelled R-E-M-I instead of R-E-M-Y, and a lot of people misspell her name, and like, I don't want to say it bothers me, but like, it's R-E-M-I. If you don't know what Ratatouille is, it is about this rat named Remy who has dreams of becoming a chef, which is so weird to say out loud. It kind of sounds extremely cheesy. Get it? Because it's a rat. I hate myself. So he has dreams of being a chef and he's not one to dig through trash to find food to eat. He'd rather go get like the pristine, elegant food from actual restaurants instead of like digging through trash. So it kind of just starts from there. And it's just the cutest movie ever. It makes me hungry every single time I watch it. And I realized the fact that I liked The Goldbergs so much, which is a TV show on, I don't know what channel it's on, but I watched all the seasons and I realized why I liked it so much is because the guy who narrates the show is the voice of Remy. So it kind of just like is all connected in some weird, strange way. But Ratatouille is just one that holds a special place in my heart. I think it's just so funny and so cute, and I love the fact that you have this freaking rat hidden underneath this guy's hat and is holding his hair to like make him move his hands to make meals because he actually is a good chef. It's so funny and I love it so much. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. It's a great film. It's a good one to watch with like little kids. It's perfect. So the next one for me is Coco, and Coco is a newer Disney movie. It was released last year, and I saw that movie for the first time by myself and cried in the movie theater by myself because I didn't have anyone else to go with me. I think I took a half day from work, or I just left early because I had nothing to do, and it was the best decision of my entire life seeing that by myself because I don't think I could have cried in front of like anyone else that I would have gone with. I definitely cried multiple times while watching this movie. It is so good. I love how they have a whole movie dedicated to Mexican culture. There are a lot of things that I actually learned from this movie that I didn't know actually happened, which I'm very thankful for because it just kind of opens my eyes and I get to learn more about a culture, and that's my favorite thing. Like, I loved all the music from this movie. I loved all the colors and how everything was so colorful. I loved how everyone dressed, and I love the sugar skulls. I love how beautifully detailed they are. Everything about this movie makes me truly happy, and if you haven't watched it yet, it's an amazing film. I don't want to say the cinematography, but the animation is beautiful. Like, it's like, I'm speechless whenever I think about the animation for this film. Can't even really talk about it in detail because it's just mind-blowing how incredible this is. But if you don't know what Coco is about this child. His name's Miguel, and his family hates music because his grandpa left his grandmother, or like I don't know. There's a lot of greats in this family. A past relative's father left the mother and the daughter, which is his great-grandma, Coco. Great-grandma Coco, somehow finds himself in the land of the dead, and the family members that have passed in his family are trying to help him get back, but their like one condition is like he can't play music because it's just something that kind of isn't allowed in their family. So he goes and tries to find his grandfather, who was a famous musician, and it's just a whole story about that, and like everything from his family history just unravels, and it's an incredible film and I love it so much. I love the music. Me and my sister like sing it all the time, and my friend Mackenzie has become obsessed with this movie. She watches it all the time, but it's so good and I might watch it later today. So Coco is an incredible film if you haven't watched it already. The next one for me is one that actually hits close to home. It's a newer movie too. This is Inside Out. This was released a couple of years ago, and the main character's name is Riley, and it's about a kid like the perfect life, and then her family ended up moving to San Francisco and she had to start basically from scratch. As a young child, that's traumatizing, and it's scary to be in a new place with new people that you don't know and having to remake friends. And for me personally, it would mess with me a lot in my mental health, and it's basically a movie kind of about mental health because the characters that are in it is basically her emotions. So there's joy, fear, anger, sadness, and disgust. So it's all of those emotions kind of controlling her day by day and kind of helping her react to certain things, I guess. It's really cool, and if you haven't watched it, go watch it. If you do suffer from like depression, I would say this is a good movie for you to watch, especially with your younger children. It kind of gives them an idea of like how certain things happen and why things happen, and that it's okay to not feel okay, but just don't run away from your feelings and kind of just speak up and talk to your family about it. It's just a very eye-opening movie, and it hits so close to home with me personally. Like, the first time I watched it, I bawled like a baby watching this movie. I definitely cried multiple times. It's a good movie to watch, and I definitely recommend it. I love it so much. I love Sadness. She's my favorite character, and Bing Bong. I love Bing Bong. The next movie that I'm going to talk about is 101 Dalmatians, and this is a movie that I grew up watching. So growing up, I was obsessed with animals. I loved Animal Planet. I watched it over Disney Channel all the time. But like anything having to do with animals, you know I watched. Like, there's no doubt about it. I forced my family to watch all of these movies with me. Like, anything having to do with animals, I made them watch it with me, and I learned so much. But I was very attached to 101 Dalmatians because it's all about dogs. And this family, they have a litter of like 15 puppies. The woman's boss, Cruella de Vil, which is like one of my favorite villains ever, even though I hated the fact that she wanted to make coats out of the puppies, of like spotted fur coat. Like, I hated that, but like I love her as a villain. She's just so animated and so evil. It made the entire movie. She wanted to kidnap the puppies and kill them and make a fur coat out of the spotted fur. So I'm just like, oh my god. But yeah, so she kidnaps the puppies, and it's just kind of a whole movie. I'm sure everyone and their mother has seen 101 Dalmatians. If you haven't, where have you been? Go watch it right now. There's a live action and animated. So the next one for me is The Fox and the Hound, and The Fox and the Hound is basically about a orphaned fox that was adopted by this older woman whose next door neighbor just had bought a puppy that was going to be trained for hunting, and the two instantly became inseparable. They were together all the time, and the owner of the dog was just kind of a dick, and I hated him. That one and the older dog I hated so much. But like as they grew older, they kind of grew further and further apart. Kind of just all about friendship, and it's such a good movie. And then she had to get rid of him when he got older, and had to like ditch him in the middle of the forest, and I bawled like a baby during that scene. I can't watch the movie anymore, but it's still one of my favorites. I feel like I need to revisit that movie and see if I get emotional. It's a great film if you haven't seen it. I know it's just one of those Disney movies that not a lot of people watch. It's good and you need to watch it. The next one for me is Zootopia, and Zootopia has quickly become one of my favorite movies. It's basically all about the animal kingdom, and it's so cool because there's different sections of the city that's gonna be like Tundra Town, or like the savannah, or just the forest and the rainforest. It's so cool, and I loved it so much. And I love the fact that the main character is a bunny who wants to be a freaking police officer. Like, the smallest animal ever wants to take on criminals that are a million times the size of her. Like, she quickly realizes, oh, this shit's hard. She kind of takes on a case that not a lot of people really understand what's actually going on with it, and then she becomes friends with this fox who they like team up, and it's just like the best movie ever because I love seeing all the animals and how they like created them through animation. It's so cool. I don't know, I just love the voice actors and actresses used for this movie, and I like the fact that Shakira has a song in it. It's amazing. First off, if you haven't listened to it, go check it out. But it's just one of those movies that quickly became one of my favorites, and I remember tweeting about it once and someone was like, you need to watch it, you would like it. And guess what? I do. It's one of my favorites. The next one for me is Tangled, and honestly, I love Rapunzel in this movie. I love the voice actress, Mandy Moore, I think it is. I love her so much. I love the music for this movie. I love the animation. It's very comparable to Frozen, but I like Tangled 10 times better, no offense. But I still like Frozen, but it's just at the very bottom of my list because I've seen it way too many times. But Tangled, everyone knows the story of Rapunzel, how she gets trapped in a tall tower, and they kind of like switch the story up a little bit. And then Flynn Rider, love him. My favorite male like character. I love him so much. He's so funny. It's one of my favorite Disney princess movies ever. This, Pocahontas, and Mulan. I know a lot of people don't really care for Pocahontas because it's historically inaccurate, but I still love it. I love the music for it. And Mulan, freaking badass, that's what she is. But yeah, Tangled is just one of my favorite Disney movies of a princess. I love her so much. Great movie, if you haven't seen it already. The next one for me is just a movie that I feel like should have been higher up on my list, but I kind of just placed it here just because. Lilo and Stitch. I have always loved this movie so much. I think it's so funny. I love Stitch. Stitch is probably like one of the reasons why I love it so much. Lilo and Stitch is great. The soundtrack for it is great because it's just kind of music based off of Hawaii, and it's just so tropical sounding, and I love every second of it. Hawaiian roller coaster ride I love, and I love how Elvis Presley is played throughout the movie, and it's so good. Definitely go check it out if you haven't already. If you haven't, I would be very surprised because it's a pretty popular movie, so go watch it. The next one for me is one people probably wouldn't expect me to say, and my next one is Robin Hood. I love Robin Hood. If you don't know what it's about, it's similar to Zootopia in the fact that it's all animals and there are absolutely no humans in this movie, which I love. Disney's version of Robin Hood, like the Robin Hood legend, and it's just because Robin Hood would steal from the rich to feed the poor. And I just remember thinking about this movie one day, and I couldn't understand or really figure out who or what character this. I think I had a dream one night and I was just imagining this lion with a crown on its head, and I couldn't figure out what movie it had been from. There was a good period of time where I did not watch this movie. It was like a couple of years, and I couldn't figure out where this lion was from. And I think I was like watching TV one day and it popped up on TV and I was like, oh my gosh. And then you find out that it's on Netflix, and I watched it every single day for probably a good month and a half or longer. I'm not joking, like I do that sometimes, it's so weird. And then I remember I got my wisdom teeth out, and then I wanted to watch this movie because I don't know why. It's just in my mind, I wanted to watch it. They took it off Netflix, so I paid for 2-day shipping for it to be shipped to my house from Amazon. So this movie I love. It kind of is just, it's so funny, and I love all the characters in it. It's so cute and such a good movie that I would definitely check it out if you haven't already, which I would be surprised. It's an older movie, but it's really good. One of my favorites. I'm definitely gonna make my kids be obsessed with this movie too. If I have any kids. Let's be honest. So the next one for me is actually a movie that I hold near and dear to my heart. Like I've said about a few other movies, it's The Lion King, and this is a movie that, again, It's an animal movie. This movie came out the year I was born, actually, in 1994. So it is either 24 years old or going to be 24, which is insane. God, I'm getting old. When I would cry as an infant, my sister would sing Hakuna Matata to me to make me stop crying. So this is just kind of like, when it came out of the Disney vault a few months ago, I bought it instantly and I watched it like non-stop. I'm pretty sure I watched it for like a week straight. If you haven't seen The Lion King, which again, I'd be very surprised. I love Timon and Pumbaa. So fucking funny. I can't wait to see the live action version of it. Like, I'm probably gonna cry and I'm probably gonna have to go see it by myself. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Next one for me is a movie that, again, there's animals in it. And this, for number 2, is Tarzan. I love Tarzan. I've always loved it. Tarzan is about an orphan where his parents got killed by a jaguar, I think. Gorillas find him in the forest and they basically adopt him, and he is raised by gorillas. So he thinks he's a gorilla, which I think is so funny, but I love. It's like one of my favorite soundtracks ever. This and another movie, which is my number 1, have the best Disney soundtracks of all time. Fight me on it, because I will. I will fight you if you disagree with me. Tarzan is definitely up there with one of the best soundtracks. They need to put that on vinyl. Why haven't they? And my next and last one is my all-time favorite Disney movie and my all-time favorite Disney soundtrack, fucking Hercules. If you don't know what Hercules is about, because I know a lot of people that actually haven't seen it, which kind of like breaks my heart because it's so good. It's about Hercules, who is the son of Zeus, was kidnapped as a child because Hades, there was like a prophecy or something happened where Hades was going to take over, and when he was planning on taking over, Hercules would be the one to stop him. So he had 2 little minion people, took him and tried to turn him mortal so they could kill him, but he only became half mortal, so he could live on Earth, but he couldn't be with the rest of the gods unless he like proved to himself that he was a god, which he didn't find out until later when he was trying to find himself. When he was singing Go to Distance. Then he just wants to become a hero so he can be reunited with his family up on Mount Olympus. And it's just such a good movie. I love Meg. She is the heroine in this movie. I can't say enough about my love for Meg. Megara is what her full name is, but Meg. I love her with my whole heart. This soundtrack is just so good. If you have not listened to it, you need to. If you haven't seen the movie, you need to go watch it because I'm judging you. But I can't really judge you because there's an entire video of movies that I have not seen. So, oh my god. But yeah, Hercules, my favorite Disney movie ever. These are my top 10/12 favorite Disney movies of all time. I would love to know what your guys' favorite Disney movies are, so leave them in the comment section down below and we can talk all about it, because this is probably one of my favorite topics to talk about. If you guys enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up and comments down below. Tell me your thoughts on the video and what you would like to see next. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. I put videos out 1 to 2 times a week. And you can follow me on any of my social media sites at Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, or Snapchat at Zootopia. It's the same way spelled on every single account. I hope you guys have a great day today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.